The next book I read in the month, which actually took me up until the last day of the month, the 31st, to finish, just because that month was just hectic, and it was a difficult book to read. I knew that going in, but I did not expect to have as much of a reaction. Hi, I'm sorry about just now. I had to go downstairs. You probably won't be like any time for you guys because I'll edit the clip, but my mum phoned. So I had to go downstairs. I had a coughing fit because of my cold, so my mum so nicely made me some tea. I'm using her mug, Mrs. Bransboy's mug that I bought her, and I also got some cola ice cubes to help cool my throat down. But yeah, as I was saying, the book definitely had me reacting, and I was angry, not at the at the author, but the characters inside of the book. It is a tough topic to talk about because it is still going on today, and it's The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. I knew, like I said, going in that it would be hard to read, but I did not think I would be that angry, to be honest. I knew that I'd probably feel some anger, and I figured the outcome before I even read the book. I had no spoilers. I did not know what the outcome was from anywhere. I just had an idea in my head what would happen in it. It says on the back that an unarmed kid is shot, and I knew that, and I thought, well, my initial thought was, well, the cop's not going to get done for it because that's just the way it is. And this is going to be spoilery, just because I probably wouldn't be able to talk about it as freely. From the start of talking about this book, if you don't want spoilers, you can just click off now and probably maybe go watch another one of my videos or whatever. But this is going to be spoilery. But yeah, I thought that the cop was probably not going to get done for it. And he wasn't. There was like a whole trial whether he was going to get indicted for it. Super sad. But basically it's, I'm going to put it down. It's about a girl called Star. And she was at a party. She has like basically two lives. One in Garden Heights. This is, I don't know how to say this without people taking offence. Just because of the colour of, I don't know even how to say it. Did I just say the person is black? I really don't know how to say it, to be honest, without someone taking offence. That's just the world today, to be honest. But there's no way to sugarcoat it. Star is a person of colour, and she goes to a, what probably is called a white person school. And so she has that side, but also her side in Garden Heights where she lives with all of her other people of colour, with her family, and her dad has a store that she works at and she's grown up there. But she goes to a party one night, and there's a shooting inside of the party, and you later find out who was shot and all of that, and it's all like connected. But it's like a mini mystery inside of the book. But I probably won't talk about that. It's more about Star and Khalil. I think that's how you say it. I'm not entirely sure. Khalil was the boy who drove her home after the party because they had to run because of the police were coming. And they weren't speeding, they were just going home. I think Khalil was just taking Star home. They were pulled over by the police. They said that Khalil had a broken tail light. Can't remember. There was something wrong with the car at the back that the cop could like physically see. So he pulled them over, And Star was taught as a kid, keep your hands visible, don't talk unless spoken to, and, just stay calm, don't do anything to irritate the cop, just do everything that they ask. So she kept her hands on basically where the glove box would be, probably, in the passenger seat. And Khalil was asked, he asked, why did you pull us over? Multiple times before the cop finally said, you've got a broken tail light or something like that. And the cop asked for his driver's license and all of that. And I don't know why, but the cop got him out of the car. And so sad thinking about it. It's making me angry already. Khalil wanted to. The cop told him to not move. And keep his hands where he was, where they were, And the cop went back to the car probably to check, his driver's license and registration and all that. And he turned to check that Star was okay, and he picked up a hairbrush, and he was shot 3 times. Just because he wanted to make sure that his friend was okay. I'm getting emotional, holy shit. I haven't thought about the book since I finished it. It's been a few days now, so it's hard talking about it again. I know people would say, oh, you don't have a right, you're white, you don't really know how it feels. I mean, I don't know how it feels. I know I get that, but I think I still have a right to talk about the fact that what happened was wrong. And I will stand by that. That police taking power over the situation when the kid was unarmed and reacted before he knew what was going on and just shot the kid 3 times. I mean, I understand once if you're panicked and that's when all it takes is one bully to injure the person, it's fine. But the kid was unarmed. And he was just reaching for a hairbrush. And yeah, he was being cocky. But he did not deserve to be shot. And, Star was sort of kept in the dark from everybody else. Nobody knew that she was the one that was in the passenger seat with him. And then she did an interview, but they never showed her face or anything. And she, what they call it, dry snitch, where they didn't specifically say why Khalil, who Khalil worked for in the drug area, the King Lords, and all that, to do with narcotics. He basically worked for them because his mother was a drug addict and owed money, and to pay off the money, he sold drugs just to make sure his mother was clear. He didn't do it for fun. He didn't do it because he wanted to. He only did it to help his mum and pay off her debt. But he got shot. There was no drugs in the car or anything. And there was on the news in the book was the fact that he was a suspected drug person. And I'm like, seriously, that's all you care about? And nobody ever asked about, what did the cop do? And then obviously the drug lords were pissed that she dry snitched. So a whole bunch of shit went down. There was threats against her, and there was riots in the streets. They did a trial where she explained everything over again, and then they just had to wait for the result, whether the cop was going to get indicted for it and arrested. And towards that book, they actually heard it on the radio, over the radio in someone's car, that he wasn't going to be indicted for it. And I was like, well, I knew that was going to happen, but I still held out hope, but I was disappointed. But it's just the reality, because that's how it is. Just because a person has a different colour of skin, which is sad. Yeah, it's just really sad to think about. It's sort of a bittersweet ending. My brain is all over the place with this book. I don't know, it just sort of ends, and it says that, you know, she's gonna speak up from now on. It says, "I'll never give up, I'll never be quiet, I promise." That's the last 3 words on the sentences on the last page. So yeah, it's like a bittersweet kind of thing with this book, but it's just sad that the fact that it's 2019 and racism is still happening, especially with cops, and that's abuse of power, and I'm completely against that. I know that cops do a lot of good in the world, but this is not one of them. But yeah, I ended up giving this a 5 stars because I felt that strongly about it. It's just that it just sort of ends, but that's like reality though. There's never a happy ending in real life. There's always, I guess, what you would call balance. So yeah, that's like my wrap up. So 4 stars, 5 stars. Definitely one of my favourite books of the year. I'll go. Calm down after that. But I will talk to you in the next video. Sorry about the cut like halfway through the video after having to go downstairs and talk to my mum and all that. But yeah, my Twitter and Instagram are in the description as always. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.